What is going on, guys? Artist Touch Painting. As always, your favorite artist, Jesse, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What I like to do here is help painters grow their businesses and help the do-it-yourselfer get the job done right. Today, the video is going to be quite a bit of a mashup. It's from the title, as you can tell, it has to do with refinishing cabinets. But on top of that, there's going to be a lot of review tips on the paint line PSDR spraying system for cabinetry. And I'm finally going to get to do a little bit of a review on the Titan Capspray 105, but the actual remote cup system for spraying that you can get as an accessory to that system. So it's going to have some close-up video with a little GoPro knockoff thing that I have. And then I don't have my wide view lens. My 20mm broke on one of the other jobs I was trying to make a video for you guys for. So I'm making do with what I have. So it's going to be a lot of, me popping in, talking, and a bunch of little clips of close-up views and some other things just to go over the different, tactics and things that I like to use, as well as the reviews for these, new things that I've implemented into my cabinet spraying. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned and look forward to that. Cabinet job that I'm doing. It's just a small set in a laundry room. Since I'm in PA and it's cold, I can't do it outside, and the garage is a bit too cold to do it in there as well, even though the space is big enough. So I set up in the basement down here. As you can see, I have the cases, I have the doors and some of the shelves hung up. Got one up there ready to get sprayed. But yeah, this is the setup. I got plastic all taped up. I have a fan set up that I'm going to vent out to that window up there. And we have these doors hanging. This is my setup and keep everything organized over here. Got, all the paints that I'm going to use down there, primers, emerald urethane, and the sanding station. If you saw my post about the Fez tool thing, I don't have the money to afford one of those right now, so I just tried to do what I can, and I just hooked up my shop vac to my sander. And for a small set like this, it's actually pretty good. It sucks up a fair amount of the dust, so that should help with the job in the long term. There's still going to be a bit of wiping and some vacuuming aside from just that, but it should help out a lot. So far, so good. But yeah, Titan Capspray 105. I have the hoses here, and it's running to it outside. And then I have the remote cup and the cup on gun set up, mask ready to go. So yeah, I'm gonna give this PSDR series a run, see how that works out. We got the door on. You can spin it and spray all sides. Once you spray it, take it over here and hang it up. Got the cup hooks in so they don't spin or swing when you're trying to spray. So I'm really excited to try this new system out, since I do a lot of cabinets and I don't have a workshop at the moment. So I opted to invest in this system so that I can spray in-house more often and not consume so much space. I mean, as you can see, I only took up so much space. There's still a whole nother half of the basement over there. There's a lot of other work going on down here too. So it's perfect for me to spray these cabinets now before some of the other work in this basement commences. All right, so all the doors in the cases have been sanded, but it was the end of the day, so I ran out of here. Now I do this either way, where I spray degreaser on either before or after sanding. Sometimes I'll do it after sanding, just to get whatever's left over, and because it needs to be wiped down anyway from the dust. So that's what we're doing right now. Just give it a little spritz, take a rag or a towel, and just start wiping it and buffing it out. There was, you can see on this rag, there's a lot of yellow. It used to be white, now it's yellow. But yeah, so far so good. I'm getting the grease and the crud off, and then I might even sand again. All right, we're all set up to spray. I'm going to use an oil-based primer to spray on to the cabinet cases and the doors. I'm doing the inside of these. A lot of it's that fake particle board or whatever, but the client is just trying to extend the life of these cabinets before replacing them later down the road. So we're just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to seal it out with oil primer, and then I'll probably use a resurfacer from Chem Aqua, the Sherwood line, and then I'll do 2 coats of emerald urethane trim enamel. It's all going white. They're already white, so transition should be pretty good. We'll sand in between each coat, but I'm all set up to record close up for you guys. Got the camera to do a little wider angle, so you guys can see how I use the sprayer with some oil primer for a nice base coat on these guys. So stay tuned. All right, so we got everything sprayed with oil primer. You can see my glasses are a little bit dusty, huh? So yeah, the cases all got sprayed. That was a pain in the butt. The real issue with that was I'm using this cup, and it doesn't have the flex hose on it, unfortunately, because the flex hose is on here for the remote cup. So if I were to use the other remote cup, I would have a little bit of an easier time spraying the insides of these. But yeah, all the doors got oil prime, one coat. I went a bit heavy. Fan is on them now, trying to force dry them. Cases are already dry. But yeah, I went a little bit heavy because I know I'm going to sand them out, and then I'm going to hit it with resurfacing primer. So I used the oil-based primer. I just used some Pro Black Extreme, whatever, Extreme Black oil-based primer. I went heavy just so I can fill a little bit and to block out all the stains, especially on the cases, since it was all bare wood. As you saw, some of it was particle board. I know it's not going to be perfect. It's probably not the best route, and they should just replace them, but they're not going to. So we'll seal it out, and then we'll go ahead and we're going to use the some of these Kamakwa Sherwood line stuff. The resurfacer is incredible, so I'll probably do 2 thick coats. Well, a coat on each side pretty thick, and then sand that out, and that should fill a lot of gaps. But I'm going to do that after I do some repairs. Things like these knot holes, or whatever you want to call them, some of the cracks and dents and dings and stuff like that will get filled. I'm just going to use some wood filler, let it dry, sand it out, and then use the resurfacer on top, and we should be okay with that. So far, this PSDR series is pretty good. The only thing I would say, and it's a learning curve, is to try and make sure that your cup hooks are as close to the ends of the hangers as possible. There's ones where it's not, and if it leans to one side, it's a real pain. The other thing too is I have to get used to how the panels can swing while I'm spraying. So that's just something to look for if you plan on purchasing one of these systems and starting up cabinets. So like I said earlier, I had the camera set up pointing at you know, the spray area, and I had my little knockoff GoPro. Shout out to AKASO. It's the V50X. For the price, it's pretty damn good. I had it strapped to the chest without realizing that the angle that it was sitting on was kind of off, so I didn't capture a whole lot of good footage up close of the spraying process. But there's going to be plenty more coats between, you know, the resurfacing primer and the actual emerald urethane. So at some point I'll have that handled and get you guys a close-up view of the spraying of the cabinetry, or I'll have one of my guys come down and use my phone so I can post it on here for you. But yeah, unfortunately you're not going to see that probably until tomorrow maybe. So just look forward to that. We'll get you in there and have you guys take a look up close tomorrow.